All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with our showmanship, those 8 and 9-year-olds. First call for 10-year-olds to the east end of the arena. First call, 10-year-olds for showmanship to the Adams Family Makeup Arena. Second call for 10-year-olds to the east end of the arena to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Second call, 10-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Welcome to the Ohio State Fair. This is our first session of breeding sheep. This evening we have our junior exhibitor Showmanship happening. Currently in the ring we have our 8 and 9-year-olds. This will be your final call for those 10-year-olds to the east end to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Final call, 10-year-olds to the east end.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first start off by thanking all of you for being here and the great folks at the Ohio State Fair for inviting me to come out and work with your showmanship tonight. Having shown sheep my entire life, I always enjoy being in the show ring, whether it's on this side wearing a tie or that side holding the sheep. And showmanship always has that special place in my heart. I think it's just that really fun dividing thing between each and every one of us. I always know in the back of my mind, nobody can buy their way to a top of a showmanship class. To get up to the top of a class like this, you have to work hard and work with your teammate, and that animal sometimes doesn't want to work with us as well as they did at home. They come out here and they're in a new surrounding and working those problems and working those positives as best we can. And I just think showmanship is just such a great thing, and it's a real honor for me to be here tonight to work with the youth of the state of Ohio. We're going to start with the 8 and 9-year-olds out here. I have them placed the way I see them out here. You're going to realize whether I'm judging showmanship at a county fair or at the national, I don't really give reasons on the mic in showmanship. I always think, once again, that showmanship is that deeply personal thing. You put yourself out there, you're getting judged about how you as a person present your animal. I never like to get on a mic and tell, especially an 8 or 9-year-old, what I think they did wrong. But you will see, I will go through every one of these classes, and I'm going to talk to these individuals personally one-on-one. We're going to talk about what they did right, what things I think they can improve to move up, and we're going to do that between us, and we're going to keep this comments on the mic kind of short just for that reason. But we're going to start with this young gentleman to my right here. Just does a really smooth, complete job all the way through the class, taking nothing away. I always know as we're in these younger classes, we got individuals that are getting outweighed by their projects, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of determination to come out here. Let's give each and every one of them a great big round of applause. Did a great job out here this evening.
Congratulations to those in our 8 and 9-year-olds. And congratulations, our class winner goes to Bryson Walby of Hamilton County. Presenting awards today, we have James Johnson, Fiscal Officer from Milton Township of the Ohio Township Association, and Miss Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador. Second in the class, we have Jacob Lewis of Champaign County. Third, Everett Rome of Highland. Fourth, Samantha Logan of Pickaway County. And fifth, Cole Kohler of Champaign County. Now entering the ring, we have our 10-year-olds. 10-year-olds entering the ring for showmanship. This will be your first call for those 11-year-olds. First call, 11-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. We would like to welcome our judge this evening, Mr. Matt Scramlin of Fenton, Michigan. He is here with his wife, Jen, and kids Baxter and Mo. Matt raises valets at Great Lakes Valets and South Downs at Scramlin South Downs. Matt is a Michigan State University grad with a degree in animal science. Matt regularly judges sheep shows around the country and in Canada. Please give a round of applause as we welcome Matt to Ohio. This evening, because of the great sponsorship of Big or Breeders Impacting Generations, each class winner will be receiving a cooler. We will also be doing division championship due to those extra sponsorships from Big. We'll be having a junior, intermediate, and senior drive. So those 8 and 9-year-olds through 12-year-olds will be in our juniors. We will need each first place winner to come back for those division championship. Those exhibitors with wool and the wool show, if you've not picked up your entry cards, please do so in the office. Once again, those exhibitors with wool for the wool show, you need to pick up your entries in the office. Thank you. For the Junior Breeding Sheep Show happening tomorrow on Saturday, we will begin at 9 a.m. 9 a.m., the Junior Sheep Breeding Show will begin. The schedule of the breeds are listed in the Junior Fair office. Once again, 9 a.m. for our Junior Breeding Sheep Show tomorrow. We would like to welcome Miss Courtney Copeland. She is honored to serve as the 2025-26 Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador. She'll begin her sophomore year this fall at South Dakota State University, where she's majoring in agriculture education. She was raised on her family's sheep and crop farm located in Logan County. Courtney has been involved in the sheep industry from a very young age and has exhibited sheep at the local, state, and national levels, while she continues to promote the multiple facets of the American sheep industry. Courtney is excited to be here today and wishes all the exhibitors good luck. Please help me give a round of applause to our Ohio Lamb and Wool Queen, Courtney Copeland. Second call for those 11-year-olds to the East End Adam Family Clublands Makeup Arena. Second call, 11-year-olds. This will be your final call for those 11-year-olds to the east end of the arena to the Adam Family Clublands Makeup Arena. Final call, 11-year-olds.
Once again, as we move up an age group, a really good and determined group all the way down through. I think each of these individuals have worked with these animals. I talked to a couple out here. I could tell they've worked with them at home and they had an idea where they wanted to go. And sometimes that partner just doesn't want to work with us. They get out on this different surface. They're around different sheep. So we're mindful of that. And one of our exhibitors moved up because of that, of keeping that good, positive attitude. I tell people all the time, I've shown every species that we bring to a fair like this, and I can say unequivocally, showing sheep is the hardest. They're the only species you got your hands on. They can feel if you get excited, if you get mad, if you get scared. They feel all that in your hands, different than any other species where you have a separation. And so having that positive attitude when that animal isn't working with you gets you through so many things and can get you to the good side of that on the other end. And it's all about your mindset, and I appreciate that in so many of these out here. We're going to start with the young lady with the South Down U. Just does a really smooth, complete job all the way through, taking nothing away from our other group. Once again, I went through and talked with each of them. They all have positive things, all have a few things they can work on, but a very good class all the way down through. Let's give each and every one of these exhibitors a really big round of applause.
Congratulations to those in our 10-year-old showmanship. Our banner for this is going to be sponsored by PK Farms, Chuck and Vicki Wilcox, being presented by Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador, and James Johnson, Fiscal Officer for Milton Township. And that winner is Lydia Lake of Muskingum County. Second in that class goes to Mary Gerber of Richland. Third, Emma Wiener of Delaware County. Fourth, C. Hadley Wiesent of Noble County. And fifth, Curtis Knapp of Auglaize County. And now entering the ring, we have our next class of breeding showmanship. We have our 11-year-olds. 11-year-olds now entering the ring. This will be your first call for those 12-year-olds to the east end of the arena. First call, 12-year-olds to the Adam Family Clublands Makeup Arena. A reminder from the Ohio Sheep Improvement Association, if you receive a red envelope with the OSIA lead logo during the fair, it means that you've earned an incentive award through the Ohio State Fair Youth Sheep Excellence Initiative. These awards are made possible thanks to the Ohio Sheep and Wolves program's approval of checkoff-funded support, along with the OSIA Lead Council-sponsored Ohio State Fair Sheep Barn Promotion Auction partners. Your payment will be mailed in weeks following the fair, and we thank all the breeders, businesses, and individuals whose support made this possible. A reminder to all exhibitors, you have till 8 p.m. this evening to check in your sheep. You have a little bit over 2 hours left to check those sheep in. Final call for those 12-year-olds to the east end of the arena. Final call, 12-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena.
Not that it's really any a surprise to me as we move up in ages that the classes get tougher, and I really got to dig deep of really nitpicky things, and so I talked with each one of them about, and that's going to be the decider in so many of these places all the way down through. I think all 7 of these individuals do a great job. Every one of them has got something to contribute. The difference between 7th and 1st is really, really small, and I apologize to them in that sense that they're going to sit in this order, but this is the way I see them, and I think those things that we change are important, and that's where we set up the order. It's just that control, or where we have that ear set, or the quickness that we're able to set those feet, just the deliberation we put in that front end, all those things just work together in correlation to make that sheep look its best, and get to the top of the class and really strive for it. I think every one of these individuals do a great job. I'm sure they won their county fairs and they came out here, and this is how we're going to see them today. Once again, I talked with each and every one of them. I hope they walk away from this learning just a little bit more, but being super, super proud of themselves and doing a great job. Let's give them all a really big round of applause. They did a great job out here this evening.
Congratulations to those in our 11-year-old sheep breeding showmanship. Our champion goes to Madeline Kovacs of Morrow County. Our banner is being sponsored by Fowler South Downs, presented by Martha Fowler, Courtney Copeland, our Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador, and James Johnson, a fiscal officer for Milton Township. Second for our 11-year-olds goes to Claire Henry of Carroll County. Third, Brody Boyd of Columbiana. Fourth, Alyssa Carpenter, Ashland County. And fifth, Ethan Dravenstadt of Wayne County. Now entering the ring is our 12-year-olds sheep breeding showmanship. 12-year-olds entering the ring. A reminder, because of our extra sponsorship, we'll be having our division championships of junior, intermediate, and senior. We need those first place from our 8 and 9, 10, and 11-year-olds to the east end of the arena, to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. First call for junior showmanship drive, those first place 8 and 9, 10, and 11-year-olds. The Ohio Sheep Improvement Association would like to share an important announcement with all exhibitors and guests in the Sheep Barn. This year, thanks to the Ohio Sheep and Wool Program's funding, through approval of checkoff dollars, more than $87,000 is being invested directly into the youth sheep exhibitors here at the Ohio State Fair. This support from OSWP is the driving force behind the Ohio State Fair Youth Sheep Excellence Initiative, and we are proud to recognize its impact. This initiative is inclusive and open to every exhibitor in the sheep barn. Every young person has the opportunity to compete for payouts in market lambs, breeding sheep, showmanship, and outstanding exhibitor programs. Additional dollars raised to help enhance the barn itself, supporting live stream, champion and reserve champion banners, and improvements that showcase our exhibitors and strengthen Ohio sheep's industry. The Ohio Sheep Improvement Association, in cooperation with the Ohio State Fair Sheep Barn Directors, extends a sincere thank you to the Ohio Sheep and Wool Program Board of Directors and to all the supporters of the Ohio State Fair Sheep Barn Promotion Auction for making these opportunities possible. Your investment is shaping the future of Ohio's youth and the future of our industry. Second call for those in our junior championship drive. So we need those first place 8 and 9, 10 and 11-year-olds to the east end of the arena to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. First place from 8 and 9, 10 and 11-year-olds. Final call for that junior championship drive. I need all those first place from the 8, 9, 10, and 11-year-olds to the east end of the arena to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. This will be your first call for those 13-year-olds. First call, 13-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena.
Once again, a really good, really deep class all the way down through. All these individuals doing a really great job. We had a quick little injury here, so we got a new showman in at fifth. But I think taking nothing away from any of these individuals, I know they've all probably won other shows and then come out here, and it's going to be something small about some foot setting or where your ears are set that gets really particular and really close. But when we're talking about such a deep, such a good quality class all the way down through, young lady's going to start this class. Just always has that lamb. When you look at that the ears up, the feet where you want them to be, just really attentive. She knows what this individual needs to look like all the time and gets her there as quick as anybody in the class, taking nothing away from our other group all the way down through. Let's give them a really big round of applause. Great group out here tonight.
Congratulations, our class winner was Caitlin Coleman from Ashland County. Second place to Chloe Lake from Muskingum County. Third place honors to Caden McCoy. Fourth place to Emma Henson from Guernsey County. Fifth place to Avery Lindsay from Coshocton County. Fifth place to Michaela Howdenshield from Hardin County. Seventh place to Audrey Gerber, Richland County. followed by 8th place Jordan Hartshoe from Crawford County. 9th place was Corbin Majas from Wayne County. 10th place to David McCartney from Wyandotte County. 11th place to Dwight Hartshoe from Crawford County, followed by Hannah Winner from Delaware County in 12th, and rounding out your class was Cora Kapp from Ottawa County. At this time, we will go ahead and bring our first place winners back in. As I call your name and your age, please come to the ring at this time. All right, again, in contention for our junior division winner, this is going to be from your 8 and 9-year-old class, Bryson Walpe. Representing the 10-year-olds, we have Lydia Lake. The 11-year-old class is represented by Madeline Kovacs. And age 12 class represented by Caitlin Coleman.
Final call for those 13-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Final call for those 13-year-olds to the east end of the arena. Due to the generous sponsors of Big or Breeders Impacting Generations, we'll be having division drives. This is our junior division drive of our 8 and 9 through 12-year-olds, and the winner of our division will be receiving a garment bag sponsored by Big.
Well, as always, I think we need to thank sponsors all the time. None of these shows run without sponsors, and you do a great job here at Ohio of having those signs up of those people that give their time and their money all the way down through, and that we're able to bring these individuals out one more time and showcase them for a champion drive in our different divisions. I really commend and thank those sponsors and those folks that were open to those ideas, that come up with new things and shows that make a great time for juniors all the time to get out here more. I'm not going to work these four very hard. They did a great job in their class. Quite frankly, I told each of them kind of something I thought they could work on, and I was looking to see who would make that change the quickest coming out here. And so with that, I have in my mind who we're going to use our champion, taking nothing away from our three. Let's give all of them a really big round of applause out here. I'll go out and select your champion of your junior division.
And your junior champion goes to Caitlin Coleman of Ashland County from our 12-year-olds. Congratulations. Caitlin will be receiving a garment bag sponsored by Big. Now entering the ring, we have our 13-year-olds. 13-year-olds sheep breeding showmanship entering the ring. This year is the second time that we've had the opportunity of live streaming at the Ohio State Fair sheep breeding shows and has been provided by in the Ohio State Fair Sheep Barn Promotion Auction, the company that has been tasked with providing the Ohio State Fair sheep breeding shows live streaming ringside live. They will be live streaming during the next 3 days of the Ohio State Fair sheep breeding junior shows. During showmanship and our breeding shows, the live streaming is sponsored by the Ohio Southdown Association, Ohio Hampshire, Ohio Dorset Breeders, Hilltop Showstock, 4C Southdowns, Fowler Southdowns, Diamond S Southdowns, Alpha and Omega Genetics, Ohio Suffolk Association, Ohio Katahdin Breeders, Martin Welding and Fabrication LLC, Martin Livestock, Marilyn and Greg Fogel and Family, Nichols Sheep Farm, Wolf Brothers, Rivernoak Livestock, Hershey Cropland LLC, Batterson Fruit Farm, and Root Horn Dorsets, T.H. Wallace Farms, Kirkpatrick Rambolays, Buckshot Farms, Ohio Natural Colored Association, Ohio All Breeds Picnic. Thank you to all of our sponsors for our live stream. This will be your first call for those 14-year-olds. First call, 14-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. A reminder to all exhibitors, if you have not completed your vet check, you must do so before you check in. Check-in will end at 8 p.m. this evening. Once again, the vets are here and ready for their check-in. That'll end at 8 p.m. tonight, but we'd like to get those juniors as quick as possible so we can have our ring sheets ready to go for the morning. Second call, 14-year-olds to the east end of the arena. Second call, 14-year-olds. Final call for those 14-year-olds. Final call, 14-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Makeup Arena.
You feel a little bit like a broken record when you come to a state fair that with this great exhibitors all the way down through and know what a great job they're doing out here and how much I appreciate that. I had to talk to several of them that it's such a small, minute thing is going to be the difference between 1 and 2 or 1 and 5, that just a little bit of change is going to be the difference of when I look at them. And so to know that I appreciate the hard work they're doing, the skill that they brought out here to display for you folks and for themselves. I'm going to start with the young lady with this Romney. You just really smooth and put together. Every time I look at that, she's sitting on every corner. She's cool and relaxed. I can tell the work that she's put in, taking nothing away from the rest of this group all the way down. There's a lot of skill and a lot of hard work in there. They're very deserving of a really big round of applause.
Congratulations to those in our 13-year-olds. Our champion goes to Lydia Henry of Carroll County. She'll be receiving a cooler from Big and an award from James Johnson of the Fiscal Officer of Milton Township from the Ohio Township Association, and banner presented by Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador. Second in that class goes to Brianna Moeller of Franklin County. Third going to Kara Knapp of Auglaize County. Fourth, Morgan Embody, Hancock County. And fifth to Margot Johnson of Wayne County. Congratulations to our 13-year-olds. Now entering the ring are our 14-year-olds. 14-year-olds entering the ring. First call for those 15-year-olds. First call, 15-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Mega Arena. Second call, 15-year-olds to the east end of the arena. Second call, 15-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Final call for those 15-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Final call, 15-year-olds.
great group all the way down through. We got some differences out here as we come to presentation, or whether standing and kneeling. I won't give a whole lot away, but I think as we get into these older groups, we need to start leaving the halters back as we talk about showmanship and coming out here today. But I think each and every one of these individuals brought great presented animals. They brought a great attitude. Know how much I appreciate that, working with youth that want to have fun and come out here and still compete and want to win and strive for that, but can do it in all the right ways. Just a great group all the way down through. Once again, we talked about some really small things from first to sixth or seventh. It got really small details of what's going to make that division in my mind of where we're going to go. But a great group all the way down through. Young gentleman here with us out down you, just a really smooth. He's that kind of showman where almost you forget he's there, and that's the right way to be. I don't really want to see you. I want to see your sheep. Showmanship is that way of where you can make that sheep look its best without drawing attention to yourself and almost disappear. He does a great job of that all the way down through a really good group. Let's give him a really big round of applause.
Congratulations to those in our 14-year-old sheep breeding showmanship. Our champion goes to Reed Coleman of Ashland County. Our banner is being sponsored by R&R Farms, Roger Clark, being presented by Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador, and James Johnson, Fiscal Officer for Milton Township through the Ohio Township Association. Second for our 14-year-olds, Josie Weir of Wyandotte County. Third, Allie Boyd, Columbiana County. Fourth, Foster King of Champaign County. And fifth, W. Hudson Weinson of Noble County. Now entering the ring are our 15-year-olds. 15-year-olds entering the ring for sheep breeding showmanship. After this, we'll be having our intermediate drive. So we need those first place from our 13 and 14-year-old to report to the makeup arena for our final drive. And a reminder from the Ohio Sheep Improvement Association, if you receive a red envelope with an OSIA lead logo during the fair, it means that you've earned an incentive award through the Ohio State Fair Youth Sheep Excellence Initiative. These awards are made possible thanks to the Ohio Sheep and Wool Program's approval of checkoff funded support, along with the OSIA Lead Council sponsored Ohio State Fair Sheep Barn Promotion Auction Partners. Your payment will be mailed in the weeks following the fair, and we thank all the breeders, businesses, and individuals whose support make this possible. A reminder to all exhibitors that check-in does close this evening at 8 p.m. All sheep for the entire session must be checked in this evening by 8 p.m. Make sure you have your vet check done and you've checked into the office. You have 30 minutes until check-in closes.
all the way down through a really good class. These individuals, you can tell, have put a lot of work in ahead of time to come out here. Showing sheep like this is always a partnership, and if your partner doesn't trust you, they come out here with all new sights and sounds and smells and heat, and so many things can go wrong really fast if you're not in tune with that. We're starting with a young man here. I can just tell the work that he put in ahead of time to get this ewe to move the way he wants, to make her present. Every time I look at her, where she's at and where I see her at her best, he has that in his mind. I think our young lady in second follows along very similar. It was a really close battle back and forth. It's just that little bit of smoothness in the movement is going to be the difference out here today. But excellent showman all the way down through. Once again, a really great group. Let's give them all a really big round of applause. Doing a great job for you out here tonight.
Congratulations to those in our 15-year-old sheep breeding showmanship. Our champion for our 15-year-olds goes to Noah McAllister of Delaware. Second in that class goes to Alyssa White of Washington County. Third to Lucy Byler of Coshocton County. Fourth, Taylor Henson of Guernsey. And fifth to Bella Byler of Coshocton County. We're now going to show for our intermediate division. We need those 13, 14, and 15-year-old first place to the Adams Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. We do need those 16-year-olds to the Makeup Arena. 16-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lamb Makeup Arena. Second call for those 16-year-olds. Second call, 16-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena.
As we bring these three individuals out for our champion, our intermediate division, know that the amount of work that they put in their individual classes to bring out here, all three of these individuals have worked really hard to present these sheep. As a exhibitor that shows slick shorn sheep for a long time, know that sometimes it's easy for people to say, oh, it's so much easier slick shorn, but there's almost as much work in that because you see all the mistakes that you make in there. And to know that I think all three of these individuals have done a great job presenting these. Know that it was not in my mindset when we started this that I was only going to select showmen that kneel down. Quite frankly, I've told anybody that we've talked about in here, I don't care one way or another. You know what your sheep looks best, and that's what showmanship's about, is bringing that individual out and showing it to the best of its ability, and know the work that it takes for these individuals to be able to show like this. This style adds a different dimension. As someone before his knees started giving out used to always love showing down, I think that aspect of hiding yourself and presenting the full amount of the sheep, the work in it. There is one major flaw when you're down on the side of what we look for and what I try to look for in showing sheep, and where they look their absolute best, and that's what we can do with that ear set, and where we can make that sheep look, and where that ear set changes that whole eyesight, that whole design. And there's one individual out here that does that really well, and that's going to be our champion today, taking nothing away from our other two. Let's give them all a really big round of applause. A great set all the way down through.
And our intermediate champion comes from our 13-year-old class, Lydia Henry of Carroll County. This is your final call for those 16-year-olds. Final call, 16-year-olds to the Adam Family Club, Clubland Makeup Arena. Entering the ring are our 16-year-old sheep breeding showmanship. 16-year-olds are in the ring. This will be your first call for those 17-year-olds. First call, 17-year-olds to the Adam Family Clubland Makeup Arena. Attention in the barn. If there is a Holly broker, you need to move your vehicle immediately. And also, this is the last call for the vet checks. You have 15 minutes. Last call for vet checks. And you'll also have 15 minutes to check those sheep in. Second call for those 17-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena. Second call, 17-year-olds. Final call, 17-year-olds to the Makeup Arena. Final call, 17-year-olds.
Once again, a really good, really deep class all the way down through. It gets into some personal preferences as a judge about where we're standing and where our ear set is, how quick we get to those feet. But know that these individuals are all working really hard out here, even with the big fans. It's hot. It's late in the day. These sheep have done through a lot of different ideas in their day is all messed up, but these individuals are working really hard. Brought a great set out here. Young man here with the Southdown ewe lamb just has her looking the best she can look all the time, and that's really important. Even with a good sheep like this, I've seen showmen mess them up and not have an idea where they want that individual to look all the time. But he comes out here with a plan and an idea and showing me all the best parts of the sheep all the way down through, taking nothing away from our others in our top group or all the way down this class. A really deserving a big round of applause. Great group of individuals out here tonight.
Congratulations to those showing in our 16-year-old. Our champion goes to Ephraim Fowler of Noble County. The banner being sponsored by Copeland Family Farm, Marcy Copeland. Awards being presented by Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador, and James Johnson, Fiscal Officer for Milton Township with the Ohio Township Association. Second in the class going to Haley Meese of Hardin County. Third, Victoria Kovacs, Morrow. Fourth, to Logan Inbody of Hancock County. And fifth, to Bella House of Noble. Now entering the ring is your 17-year-olds sheep breeding showmanship. 17-year-olds entering the ring. First call for those 18-year-olds. First call, 18-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs, Makeup Arena. Last call to check in those sheep. If you need to check in sheep, you need to do so right now. Last call for these two exhibitors. If you are in the barn, we need you to check in immediately. Riley Starcher and Audrey Wilson. Once again, those two exhibitors that need to check in, Riley Starcher and Audrey Wilson. Second call for those 18-year-olds. Second call for 18-year-olds to the Adam Family Clubland Makeup Arena. Final call for those 18-year-olds. Final call, 18-year-olds to the Adam Family Club Lambs Makeup Arena.
Just because they get older, 17, this group out here, doesn't make it any easier for them. Sometimes these sheep don't want to do the things you want them to do. Sometimes you start overthinking in your mind. You've been in the show ring so many times. You're going through checklists. Did I do this? Did I do that? Instead of just being in the moment and being in the flow. The young lady that's going to start this class, I'll be completely honest. What I told her is what I'm going to tell you. I didn't actually get her in that spot very early on because she's so fault-free. I wasn't drawn to her making mistakes, and I just kept looking and I'm like, she's not making mistakes. Every time I look at that sheep, all 4 feet are at all 4 corners, the ears are up, the heads are up. She just does such a smooth job. She's that quiet assassin that just moves in through the class and gets her way up to the top because of how good she's doing. And that, in my mind, is so much of what it is to be a quality showman, where I'm not seeing you. I'm seeing a quality sheep every time I look at that sheep. You're just making it do that. This young lady does it the best in this class. There's many in this top group that do that. It's just some feet set at a certain time or where we're standing when I'm looking at them is going to be the difference all the way down through this class. A very deep, very good class. Let's give them a really big round of applause.
Congratulations to those in our 17-year-old. Our champion winners for the 17-year-old is being presented by Weaver Livestock, Morgan Johnson and Bryn Shear. Our champion for the 17-year-olds goes to Alexis White of Washington County. Second in the class is Audrey and Julian of Portage. Third, Austin Inbody of Hancock County. Fourth, Colt McCoy of Ashland County. And fifth, to Brooke Hershey of Wayne County. Presenting the awards are Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Ambassador, and James Johnson, Fiscal Officer for Milton Township with the Ohio Township Association. Entering the ring now is our final class of sheep breeding showmanship 18-year-olds. We do need those first place exhibitors from 16 and 17-year-olds to the makeup arena. First place 16 and 17 to the Adam Family Club Lamb Makeup Arena. Final call for those 16 and 17-year-old first place to the Adam Family Clubland Makeup Arena for our senior final drive.
You know, it always varies as you move up in age divisions and shows. Sometimes that number gains. You have smaller junior shows, and then as you get older, those kids have been in a long time. They're the big, huge class. Sometimes it changes and it slips down a little bit. In those older classes, kids have found other things to do. So know that all these individuals out here, I commend you for sticking with it. I think showing sheep and showing livestock in any way, shape, or form, however you do it, can be such an amazing thing and set you forth for so many good things in life moving forward. This is where I'll do my little talk because after this class we only got one more and then people might start slipping away. I want to make sure anytime I talk to juniors in this sense, those of you in the ring, those of you outside, those of you in the barn that can hear it, make sure after this show's over that you thank mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, grandpa, grandma, FFA, 4-H advisor, whoever it was that helped you get to this point. Those of you that came out in the ring tonight, you're getting the awards, you're getting the applause, but know that I always know showing livestock's a team sport. Nobody gets here by themselves. There's a whole lot of people in the back of this barn or back of the farm that helped you get here. Make sure you thank them and show them the appreciation to make you as successful as you are, because nobody does this alone. And know that this can be such an amazing family thing. I met my wife showing sheep. My nieces are over here, will be third generation of us showing sheep. Know that family and that part of this industry can be so big and such a great part of it. And I hope you take that appreciation moving forward. I think each and every one of these 18-year-olds did a great job out here tonight. I had to really cut some really small hairs in where I laid them out here this way. Starting with this young lady, just really doing a really smooth, really good, complete job. The young man with the Woolbridge followed right along. A really great group. Let's give them all a really big round of applause. We'll bring out our senior division.
Congratulations to those. In our 18-year-old showmanship, our banner is being sponsored by Weaver Livestock, presented by Brent Shear and Morgan Johnson, along with Courtney Copeland, Ohio Lamb and Wool Queen Ambassador, and James Johnson, Fiscal Officer for Milton Township and the Ohio Township Association. Our champion for the 18-year-olds is Allison Kendall of Tuscarawas. Second, Brett Martin of Huron. Third, Evelyn Rame of Highland. Fourth, Amelia Ream of Highland. And fifth, William Deering of Muskingum County. We do need those first from the 16, 17, and 18-year-old for our senior final drive. Entering the ring now, we have our first place from our 16, 17, and 18-year-old. From our 16-year-old division, we have Ephraim Fowler of Noble. And from our 17-year-old, we have Alexis White of Washington. And from our 18-year-old, we have Allison Kindle of Tuscarawas. While we're judging our final drive for our seniors, we would like to thank our judge, Matt Scramlin of Fenton, Michigan, for judging our sheep breeding showmanship.
I'm not going to belabor this and go through. I think we spent an adequate amount of time in everybody's class out here to get a good idea where we were going to go as we come out for this senior drive. Know that each and every one of these three individuals are working hard, doing a great job. I think really exemplify all the things that I look for in showman. It does not escape my notice that our intermediates were all down showman and our seniors are all standing. Know that in my mind, I think that once again, it could go either way. It's what you feel the most comfortable making your sheep look the best that you can bring it all the time in showmanship, and that varies by sheep. And I think each and every one of these individuals do a great job. I think as I see them out here today, there's one that just hit all the points that I'm looking for in their class. And then as they walked out here again, the three of them, let me just finish out with thanking the Ohio State Fair staff and all the great work, the ring people that work, the clerks, all the people that make this show go. Know as an individual that runs two fairs myself that I know all the work that goes into making something like this happen. Make sure each and every one of you give them thanks and appreciation for all the things they do. Know that I thank them for inviting me and giving one man's opinion tonight. A great group of individuals. You folks should be very proud of the showmen that the state of Ohio brought out here tonight. I know I'm proud of the way they went. I'm just going to go out and select one champion and taking nothing away from our other two individuals. A great group all the way down through tonight. Let's give them all one more big round of applause.
Congratulations to our senior champion. It comes from the 16-year-old division of Ephraim Fowler of Noble County. Ephraim is receiving a garment bag from Big. Thank you all, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right here in the show ring at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, sheep breeding classes will begin for the junior fair.